Most candidates treat the system design interview like an art class. They think the more boxes and arrows they draw, the more senior they look. In reality, overdrawing is a massive red flag for L6 candidates. It signals a lack of focus and a failure to prioritize. I've spent years analyzing interview rubrics and interviewing staff engineers at Google and Meta. I've seen exactly where mid-level engineers plateau and where senior engineers excel. The difference isn't about knowing more tools, it's about how you navigate the trade-offs. Today, we're stopping the box drawing. I'm walking you through a real-world L6 system, design scenario from start to finish. We will break down the exact rubric the interviewer is using to grade you and the specific conversational pivots that move you from a hire to a strong hire. By the end of this video, you'll know how to lead the conversation instead of just following the prompt. Let's dive in. You've seen the tutorials: draw a load balancer, add a cache, split the database. It seems simple. So you enter the interview. You're nervous. You start drawing. You add a Kafka queue just in case. You throw an Redis cluster because it's industry standard. By the 30-minute mark, your board looks like a spider web. Here is the hard truth. For an L5 or L6 candidate, this is a massive red flag. When you overdraw, you're telling the interviewer that you're guessing. You're throwing components at the wall to see what sticks. You're treating the interview like a drawing contest, not an engineering discussion. Most candidates spend 80% of their time on the what and almost zero time on the why. Then comes the feedback. Technical skills are strong, but the candidate lacks senior-level ownership. Translation: you proved you can follow a template, but you didn't prove you can make a high-stakes architectural trade-off. You aren't being rejected because your system wouldn't work. You're being rejected because you're thinking like a mid-level dev, not a staff engineer. Here is the secret. Your interviewer doesn't care about your ability to draw a load balancer box. They care about why you chose that specific load balancer over another. For L5 and L6 candidates, the diagram is just a visual aid for the conversation. If you spend 20 minutes drawing and 10 minutes talking, you've already failed. To hit the strong hire rubric, you need to shift from building a map to managing trade-offs. Let's deconstruct a real-world L6 walkthrough. Imagine the prompt is, design a global notification system. Phase 1, the anti-box phase. Most candidates start drawing immediately. L6s start with constraints. Stop. Don't touch the whiteboard yet. Spend 5 minutes defining the non-functional requirements. If you don't define whether consistency is more important than availability here, your entire architecture is a guess. Phase 2, the minimum viable diagram. Now you draw, but keep it skeletal. Notice what's missing. No cache, no database shards, no complex retry logic. Why? Because you haven't identified the bottleneck yet. An L6 candidate presents the simplest version first, then asks the interviewer, where should we stress test this? Phase 3, the deep dive. This is where you earn the L6. Now you zoom in. Instead of saying, I'll use Kafka because it's fast, you say, to handle a spike of 100K requests per second, we need a distributed log. I'm choosing Kafka over, because we need the ability to replay messages if the downstream provider fails. See the difference? Plus. Now let's look at the rubric. Meets is knowing that a database needs to scale. Exceeds is explaining the exact point where a relational database fails and why a NoSQL key value store is the specific remedy for this use case. You aren't being tested on your knowledge of tools. You're being tested on your decision-making process. If you want to master these trade-offs without spending months guessing, I highly recommend the system design courses on educative.io or Design Guru. They break down these L6 rubrics so you aren't just drawing boxes, but actually designing systems. Now, you can spend months guessing what L6 rubrics look like. Or you can use the blueprints. This is why I recommend Design Guru. They don't just show you boxes, they teach the architectural trade-offs that actually get you hired. And if you prefer an interactive approach, actually building and testing these patterns in real time, Educative.io is the gold standard. I've seen hundreds of engineers use these two platforms to move from stuck at L4 to signed L6 offer. Stop guessing. Start practicing with the frameworks the top 1% use. Check the links in the description for a special discount on both Design Guru and Educative. Now, let's dive into the final rubric breakdown.